Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Jerome. Jerome is the English version of the Greek Hieronymos, iota epsilon rho omega nu upsilon mu omicron, from the elements hieros meaning holy and onoma meaning name. In other words, Jerome is a holy name. It was made popular by a 4th/5th century citizen of the Eastern Roman Empire named Eusebius Sophronius Hieronymus, better known as St. Jerome. St. Jerome was commissioned by Pope Damasus I in 382 to translate the Bible from Old Latin into the Vulgate, or Common Latin edition. St. Jerome was responsible for translating the entire Bible into one stylistically consistent linguistic form which was used from the 5th century on up through the Middle Ages. His prolific writings, second only to St. Augustine, secured him the title Doctor of the Church. He was highly regarded beyond his own time, and the name Jerome was used throughout medieval Europe in his honor. Geronimo is the Italian form. Apropos to his contributions, St. Jerome is the patron saint of translators, librarians, and encyclopedists. Personality of the boy named Jerome. The three energy is powerful and enthusiastic. These personalities are cheerful, full of self-expression, and often quite emotional. They have an artistic flair and gift of gab that makes them natural entertainers. Their joyfulness bubbles over, and their infectious exuberance draws a crowd. The three personality is like a child, forever young and full of delight. They are charming, witty, and generally happy people. The three personality lives in the now and has a spontaneous nature. Three seem to live with a bright and seemingly unbreakable aura that attracts others to them. In turn, they are deeply loyal and loving to their friends and family. Luck also has a tendency to favor number threes. Popularity of the boy named Jerome. Jerome has held a position on the American male naming charts since the U.S. government first began tracking naming trends 1880. Although we can say with confidence the name was used in the United States well before that. Since the 20th century, Jerome was never a top 100 favorite choice except for briefly between 1935 and 1940, but he did hover around that level for 40-some-odd years. By the 1970s, Jerome was declining ever so slowly on the charts. During the 1990s, those drops became more pronounced. In this new century alone, Jerome has plummeted over 300 positions down to his lowest levels of usage ever. This holy name is barely on anyone's radar anymore, making him an original name choice today. There are a few illustrious American name bearers you may be unaware of. For instance, reclusive author J.D. Salinger was born Jerome David. Jerome is also the first name shared by comedian Jerry Seinfeld and musician Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. Okay, so maybe these Jeromes aren't exactly holy, they are certainly iconic figures in our culture. And if that isn't enough to get your attention, maybe this will. Chef on South Park is really named Jerome McElroy. Quick facts on Jerome. Gender, boy. Origin, English. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 762. Pronunciation, Jerome. Simple meaning, holy name. Characteristics of Jerome. Social, dramatic, popular, happy, communicative, optimistic, creative. Cultural references to the baby name, Jerome. Popular songs on Jerome. Me and Jerome, a song by Sarah Slean, Bring It to Jerome, It's a Perfect Day Jerome, a song by Bo Diddley, a song by Plank Eye. Famous people named Jerome. Jerome Jerry Garcia, Grateful Dead musician, Jerome Kern, composer, Jerome Jerry Orbach, actor, Jerome Jerry Seinfeld, actor/comedian, Jerome Bettis, football player, Jerome Oj.D. Salinger, American author, Jerome K. Jerome, British author, Jerome Robbins, choreographer,